section.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Liberty-Benton High School, the Northwest District Athletic Board, and the Ohio High School Athletic Association welcome you to tonight's Division IV District Final between the Carey Blue Devils and the Calvert Senecas. At this time, to all America and all those who have served to protect and defend our freedoms, we ask that you please stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps and join in the singing of our national anthem.
High School, the site of tonight's district final matchup between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the Carey Blue Devils. Nate Mullen sitting here courtside with Tommy Hall. That was the pregame show. We are just about set for this matchup. Tommy, what do you think the keys are for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas here tonight if they're going to want to move on to the regionals once again?
Well, in that game against Mohawk, the Calvert Senecas, they really found themselves kind of caught sleeping in a way towards the end of that first half. I think once they dialed up the aggression defensively, kind of put pressure, get the team in an uncomfortable situation, they were fine. They were able to really dial it in and get some great quality buckets. And for the Carey Blue Devils, that's going to be what the Senecas are going to have to watch out for, is their penetration from around the perimeter, and then having these big bodies down low that they can dish to or rebound off those deep shots that don't go in. I mean, that's going to be the biggest key. The Senecas are going to have to dial it up early, try to build some runs, and try to keep Carey at bay and not allow them to get into a comfortable lead.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good formula for success here against these Blue Devils. Now, as far as Jamie Young and these Blue Devils, how do you think they're going to try to scheme to stop these Tiffin Calvert Senecas? Because it's not one guy you got to focus on. Because if you focus on one of them, well, they've got a bevy of other guys that they can go to try to put points on the board, and they can separate from you really quick if you try to focus on just one player.
Well, the old adage is that speed kills, and what Carey's coming into tonight, like we talked about, they're going to have depth. They're going to have quality players come off and give them good minutes off the bench. And that's one of the things that Calvert's going to have to do, is they're going to have to match pace. They're going to have to set the tempo, and they're going to have to set it early, because if they allow this to get into a slugfest with the Blue Devils, it's going to be a long night, especially if you expect your Big Five to be able to keep pace.
That's absolutely right. They've got to find a way to get an early lead in this one. I think that's going to be key for the Carey Blue Devils. If they can get out to an early lead and they can stretch that lead out a little bit, I just don't know if Tiffin Calvert has the offensive firepower to be able to come back from a big deficit. But they do have that defensive prowess, Tommy, that they can shut down any team. And when you can come up with stops, sometimes you could turn that momentum into transition buckets.
Well, you talk about momentum. Instant box office sellout once the extensions were granted to allow more fans. I mean, it kind of has a big sense of normalcy here tonight, Nate. Something I believe we're all missing. So we're glad that you're here with us for this Division IV district final matchup between the Carey Blue Devils and the Tiffin Calvert Senecas right here on WTTF.
And we're so glad you're here with us, folks. Thanks for tuning in here on your Seneca County Sports Connection. We'll take a moment to thank our sponsors before tip-off here. Thanks to Century 21 Bolte Real Estate, Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio, First National Bank of Sycamore, Integrated Orthopedics, Kibler Shoes, Northwest Ohio Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Reineke Tiffin Ford, St. Francis Senior Ministries, Tiffin University, and your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We're just about ready for the start of tonight's matchup, and we'll get through the starting lineups. First, we'll start with the Carey Blue Devils. Number 5, Hayden Nash. Number 10, Derek Lonsway. Number 11, Bryce Conti. Number 21, Cade Crawford. And number 23, Ian Yater. Now, for the Senecas, your 5 on the floor as they control the opening tip. Number 1, Garrett Spawn. Number 10, Jack Schultz. Number 12, Blake Ronsky. Number 22, Nolan Beaker. And number 23, Nick Seifert. That's your 5 on the floor for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. We're underway here at Liberty-Benton High School. The ball stripped away, and they're going to say off of Nick Seifert's leg and out of bounds.
Yeah,
back to the Blue Devils.
Rolled down the front of his thigh.
Blue Devil basketball.
Nick Seifert, those last second heroics, allowing Calvert to get to the dance here tonight.
They wouldn't be here without his game-winning shot the other night and the steal of the inbound pass by Garrett Spawn. 7:29 left to play here in the first quarter. No score between Tiffin Calvert and Senecas, or Tiffin Calvert and Carey here in this district final, and Ian Yater changes that as he drives his way to the basket and lays it up and in.
Yater was a big presence in the post that was responsible for shutting down the all-district player Colin Nutter in that Old Fort game that allowed Carey to get to this stage, Nate.
Nick Seifert with it on the right wing. Working on Conti. Dishes under the basket for Beaker. Now finds Schultz on the baseline, and Jack Schultz, after mishandling, comes up with the loose ball and knocks it down from mid-range. Tied at 2 between Tiffin Calvert and Carey here at Liberty-Benton High School.
Oh, Yater and Beaker, that's going to be a matchup to watch for.
Absolutely. On the right wing, Bryce Conti hands off Cade Crawford. Now they work it down low to Yater. Ian Yater, spin move, puts the shot up, and it goes no good over the back of the rim.
Nice defense by Nolan Beaker. Clean.
Now the Senecas push it in transition. Now they settle it down. Garrett Spawn driving to the basket, puts it up off the glass, and puts it in. Spawn puts the Senecas up by 2 with his first basket of the game. Blue Devils with the basketball. 6:07 left to play here in the first quarter. And a little stop and pop, no good on the shot from Hayden Nash. Rebound grab by the Senecas. Seifert with it, hands it off Garrett Spawn. Now Blake Ronsky, right wing three-pointer off the back of the rim. No. Beaker grabs the rebound, goes back up. No. Rebound tipped. Spawn grabs it under the basket, lays it up and in off the glass.
And those are the things that are going to separate you and allow you to build those leads. 3 rebounds on that offensive possession, Nate. Tremendous effort by the Calvert Senecas to get it and finish that one off.
Garrett Spawn now with 4 points. Carey with the basketball. Crawford drives to the basket, lays it up with the finger roll, and puts it in to bring the Blue Devils back to within 2. 5:20 to play here in the first quarter. 6-4, Tiffin Calvert leading.
Cade Crawford, big night the other night. Really paced these Carey Blue Devils almost at will, able to get you back in it.
Ronsky over to Seifert at the top of the key. Now works it down to Beaker in the paint. Kicks it out for Schultz. Schultz now works it back down to Yater. Yater steals it from Beaker. Now Yater driving in transition, puts it up off the glass and puts it in. Ian Yater with 4 points, and it's tied at 6. 4:45 left to play here in the first quarter. Garrett Spawn brings the ball into the forecourt. An electric atmosphere here at Liberty-Benton High School here in Findlay, Ohio.
Yeah, you see the Carey side student section doing a whiteout for the Blue Devils here.
Seifert right wing 3, no good. Rebound grabbed by Hayden Nash of the Blue Devils.
I don't know if Seifert just decided to pull up and shoot that one because there definitely wasn't anybody down low to get there for the rebound. Very rare you'll see the ball hit the floor in these situations.
Pass out. And mid-range shot from free throw line, no good from Yeater. Rebound grabbed by Schultz. Jack Schultz for the Senecas. Passes over to Seifert. Now Garrett Spawn on the right wing for Blake Ronski. Had it poked away, but pokes it right to Nick Seifert, who drives to the baseline, puts it up, and puts it in. Nick Seifert with the layup puts the Senecas back up by 2. His first basket of the game.
A little bit of revenge as you're going to see.
Crawford shot no good. Rebound tip grabbed by the Senecas, Garrett Spawn.
Crawford and Seifert, that's going to be a matchup again. That's just...
Spawn's pass stolen away by the Carey Blue Devils. Derek Lonsway with it. Lonsway over to Cade Crawford. Now Bryce Conti with it. Blue Devils try to set up their half-court set now. Crawford works it over to Conti. Baseline, puts it up. Blocked from behind by Nick Seifert. Nick Seifert with the block. He's got it in transition. Hands off to Blake Ronski. Top of the key. Back over to Spawn. They set up their half-court. 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 8-6, Tiffin Calvert. Senecas with the possession. Nick Seifert. Down low for Beaker. Now Beaker over to Schultz for a baseline shot. What a feed by Beaker around the back, finding Schultz for a wide open shot from about 8 feet out. Senecas up by 4. Schultz with 4 points here in the first quarter. Blue Devil basketball. 2:25 to play here in the first.
I'm trying to get an open look for Crawford. Actually, Crawford sets the screen.
Yeater now gets it over the left side for Crawford.
You saw Crawford sneak over to the wing.
Hayden Nash had it poked away. Spawn with the basketball. Down low for Seifert. Seifert to the lane. Up with the shot. Oh, good.
Off.
Nice defense down low by Bryce Conti there to force the missed shot. Conti kicks out. Left wing 3. And that one's good from Hayden Nash. That's the first 3-point basket of the game for either squad.
Carey draws back within 1.
1:42 left to play here in the first quarter. Senecas leading by 1, 10-9.
And that's
Spawn down low for Seifert. Off the glass and in. What a feed by Spawn as he finds a streaking Nick Seifert. And Seifert lays it up off the glass and lays it in, 12-9.
I was going to say that was only Carey's second attempt from beyond the arc. Calvert doing a great job defensively.
They are really closing out quickly on the shooters, not allowing any open threes. Lonsway over to Nash. Now Crawford with it, driving into the paint, kicks it down low for Yeater, who puts up the shot, no good.
Nice!
Seifert grabs the rebound.
Spawn and Beaker.
Seifert, long 3, top of the key, no. Rebound grabbed by the Blue Devils. Crawford with the rebound, inside of a minute to play. Senecas lead by 3, 12-9. Another, nope. I thought that was going to be a 3 by Conti.
All right, and the face
out for Crawford. And Crawford nails it from the top of the key to tie it at 12. 40 seconds left to play here in the first. Senecas with the basketball.
Tensions boiling over, Nate. You can feel it.
Garrett Spawn down to 25 seconds holding the ball for the final possession here in the first quarter. Down to 15 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
And all of this for a 0-0 ball game as Calvert looks to control that last possession.
7 seconds. Ronski over to Schultz. 5 seconds. Spawn, 3-point shot. No. Rebound tipped. And that's going to do it. That's the end of the first quarter. And your score tied at 12 between Tiffin Calvert and Carey. We'll be back after this. You're listening to high school basketball right here on WTTF, AM 1600 and FM 93.3. And we're back here at Liberty-Benton High School. We see the start of the second quarter as the Carey Blue Devils control the possession. And the score tied at 12. Cade Crawford, right wing three, is blocked by Nick Seifert. Crawford gathers the loose ball, kicks it out. Three-point shot for the Blue Devils is no good. Rebound grabbed by Carey under the basket. And that one's turned over out of bounds.
And we talked about them uncomfortable situations, Nate. And that all started off that block three. Carey found themselves scrambling to find a good shot and just didn't have a good look at it.
Anthony Bell unable to hit the three. Landon Kemmerly comes up with the rebound but turns it over, and the Senecas with the possession. Jack Schultz kicks it over on the left wing for Jackson Sizlove. Sizlove under the basket for Beaker, goes up with it, and they're going to say held ball. Possession arrow will favor Tiffin Calvert. Yeah, he did go up and come back down with it, but both players had a hand on the ball, so Tiffin Calvert will retain possession. Garrett Spawn looking to inbound. Gets it in for Nolan Beaker. And Beaker gives it back to Spawn. Nick Seifert on the right wing now. Driving into the paint. It's poked away and stolen by the Blue Devils.
A lot of squads have long bodies, but this Carey squad, they're all man and a yard wide. They got some big bodies down there.
Now Kemmerly drives into the paint, puts the shot up. It's
good. Back in the hands of Beaker, and the Senecas push it down the floor.
Garrett Spawn with it. Works it down for Seifert. Good off the glass. Rebound grabbed by Anthony Bell of the Blue Devils.
Two empty possessions in this defensive matchup, Nate.
It's still a 12-12 tie here with 6:25 left to play here in the first half. Ashton Hill off the bench for the Blue Devils. Has it go out of bounds off of Anthony Bell, and the Blue Devils turn it over once again. That's their fourth here in the first quarter, the first half. Seneca's basketball. Score tied at 12. We talked about the Tiffin Calvert's defensive prowess the other night against Mohawk. We didn't talk about these Blue Devils. They really clamped down on Old Fort and limited them to open look, very little scoring. And you're talking about one of the top scoring teams in the SBC. As Nick Seifert missed the three-point shot, it's still tied at 12. 5:52 left to play here in the first half. Blue Devils with the basketball. Kemmerly down low, puts it up. Jackson Sizlove with the steal! What a steal by Sizlove! Seifert over to Spawn in the right wing. Garrett Spawn works it down low for Nolan Beaker. Beaker working on Hill. Beaker kicks it over to Schultz. Mid-range shot off the glass. No. Beaker with the rebound. Puts it up and in! Nolan Beaker breaks the tie. And the Senecas take a 2-point lead. Timeout, Carey.
Well, here's the thing, Nate. You notice bringing in Hill and Kemmerly off the bench, they kind of went right into that full press, trying to get the Calvert Senecas tired to drain out this second half, put them guys back, put that starting rotation in. But when Calvert's finding open looks and drives to the basket, might want to take a timeout and readjust and reset the chessboard, especially again when you got guys coming in off the bench.
Yeah, Jamie Young the other night, against Old Fort, they didn't really have a whole lot of problems defensively, mainly because they got out to such a hot start offensively, and the way they really were able to pull away in the first half and kind of put it away in the second half. Here, against Tiffin Calvert, that's not to be seen yet here with about 5:24 left to play in the first half as the Senecas hold a 2-point lead and the Blue Devils come out of a timeout here. We'll have the possession.
And if you're the Senecas, again, especially that starting five, you just got to push through tonight to live the rest of your life as champion, because these Carey Blue Devils, they're going to make you work for it.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter who they bring in or bring off the bench.
That's the Blue Devil brand right there. They're going to make you work for everything. 5:10 left to play in the first half. Cross-court pass. Lonsway into the paint, up with the shot. No, but he is fouled on his way to the basket. Derek Lonsway will go to the line for 2 shots.
Derek Lonsway, he's another top contributor for these Carey Blue Devils. able to have a good effort.
Foul called on Jack Schultz. That's his first. And believe it or not, that's the first foul for either team here in the first half. Pretty clean first half of basketball here at Liberty-Benton High School.
And you see Vallejo coming in for Carey. Another big presence down low. The fresh legs continue to make the work all that harder for the Calvert Bigs.
Tied at 14. Derek Lonsway knocks down both free throws. And we're inside of 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Garrett Spawn with it for the Senecas. Gives it off to Nick Seifert. Comes off a screen from Beaker. Pops it from the free throw line. No good. And I think that was tipped by Carey. But Spawn didn't see the tip. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tiffin Calvert. Spawn tried to save it there, but had his foot on the baseline. Blue Devil basketball. 4:40 to play here in the first half. Tied at 14. They work it down low. Vallejo up with the shot. Puts it up, no good. Beaker grabs the rebound, and he's fouled under the basket. Technical foul called on Vallejo, as he did not like the call and ran right into a Seneca after the fact.
Well, you bring the.
So now you're going to get a foul and shots.
Well, you bring in that big brute to kind of create havoc under the glass for you and try to get those easy points when you dish it to him. But Nolan Beaker wasn't having it. He just played great defense there, and he just didn't like the way that the call went. But nonetheless, and Spawn's going to shoot here.
Spawn with 2 free throws, and he doesn't get the first one to go. That's not a sight that you're used to seeing here with Garrett Spawn, as he is pretty much automatic at the free throw line. Spawn, second free throw. He got that one. 15-14, Senecas with the lead, and they will have the possession after the technical foul on Vallejo.
Blue Devils got to remember that they have that advantage with the depth. They can play their brand of basketball and their tempo. It's up to Calvert to keep up.
Nick Seifert on the right wing, gives it over to Nolan Beaker. Now Blake Ronsky with it. Schultz on the left wing. Over to Garrett Spawn, now Blake Ronsky. Now it's stripped away by Cade Crawford, as Ronsky didn't have his eye on Crawford, and Crawford just stripped it away. And Yeater lays it up with a one-handed floater. 16-15, Carey with a 1-point lead.
And Yeater eats it, giving Carey the lead now.
Spawn with the possession, over to Schultz. He pops it from 3, off the back of the rim. No.
A little too much on that one.
Grabbed by the Blue Devils. Crawford in transition, kicks it out for Nash. 3-point shot, no good.
Not enough on that
Spawn
one.
with the rebound. See, that's kind of a wasted possession, though. I mean, that's such a quick shot. They didn't have any rebounders down the floor. I just don't like that possession.
Yeah,
I know they like the 3-point shot, but that's just not a great possession.
Finish that basket, then get those opportunities to take those shots.
Schultz takes the feed under the basket. The rebound tipped out to the Blue Devils. Derek Lonsway.
Look at this. Nice move. Waiting for Crawford to cross the timeline to reset the offense.
Hayden Nash tips it down low for Yeater. And Yeater, despite the tipped pass, grabs it, lays it up and in, and the Blue Devils take a 3-point lead. 18-15. We're inside of 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Nick Seifert on the left wing. Kicks it over to Ronsky. Right wing 3. No. Beaker grabs the rebound, goes back up and puts it in. Nolan Beaker will not be denied down low. And the Senecas down by 1. Blue Devil basketball. 18-17 lead for Carey. 2:25 to play here in the first half. Crawford with the basketball, kicks it down low. That's Conti. Over to Yeater from the right wing. No. Rebound grabbed by, it's tipped around and grabbed by the Blue Devils. Nice battle for the ball there by Hayden Nash. Cade Crawford. Over to Derek Lonsway. Lonsway kicks it out to Crawford on the right wing. We're inside of 2 minutes to play here in the first half. And we got a held ball. Oh no, we're going to say block. We're going to say a reach-in foul, actually, on who they going to get? Jack Schultz. That'll be his second foul, and the team's second.
Entering the game for Calvert, number 24, Quentin Ronski.
Quentin Ronski checks in for Tiffin Calvert, as does Jackson Sizlove.
Test your metal here.
Looking to inbound, gets it in. Bryce Conti at the top of the key. Hands it off to Crawford. Crawford resets the offense, pulls it back to the logo. Down to 1:40 to play here in the first half. Bryce Conti over to Hayden Nash on the right wing. Nash working on Garrett Spawn defense. Anthony Bell now over to Cade Crawford. Crawford driving into the paint. And that's going to be a blocking, no, a travel. Oh, they're going to say charge. Crawford called on the charge.
They would call that off.
And that'll be his first foul, the third team foul against the Blue Devils. Seneca's with the possession, 1:20 to play here in the first half. They trail by 1. 18-17 is your score.
Ooh. Look at this.
Spawn, Sizlove, now over to Seifert. Seifert spins, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound tipped out by Ronski, but right to Cade Crawford. Crawford, cross court. Conti now over to Nash for 3. No, rebound tipped under the basket, grabbed by Seifert. Nick Seifert with the basketball. 52 seconds left here in the first half. Seifert over to Schultz. Jack Schultz gives it out to Garrett Spawn, who pulls it back to the logo and resets the offense. 40 seconds left here in the first half. Senecas will look to hold this possession possibly. No shot clock here at the high school level, so Garrett Spawn looking to waste some time here. And what they're doing here is it's a one-possession game, Tommy, and if they try to hurry up this possession, they don't get any points, and then Carey gets a quick bucket on the other end. You know, you could be looking at a 4-point game here. Instead, Tiffin Calvert wants to try to control this and keep it just a one-possession game.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to go in the locker room chasing a lead.
Spawn, left wing 3. No, in and out. Sizlove with the tip. Puts it back up. No!
Oh, my goodness.
2 tips by Tiffin Calvert, but it was unable to go. And we go to the locker room with Carey leading Tiffin Calvert by a score of 18-17. We'll step aside, we'll take a timeout, we'll come back. We are live here at Liberty-Benton High School at halftime in this district final matchup between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the Carey Blue Devils right here on AM 1600, FM 93.3, WTTF, your Seneca County Sports Connection. Mullen sitting here courtside with Tommy Hall. Once again, we want to take some time to thank our sponsors for bringing you this tournament edition of high school basketball right here on WTTF. Thanks to Century 21 Bolte Real Estate, the Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio, First National Bank of Sycamore, Integrated Orthopedics, Kibler Shoes, Northwest Ohio Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Reineke Tiffin Ford, St. Francis Senior Ministries, Tiffin University, and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We're about 8 minutes away from the start of the second half, and the Blue Devils holding on to a 1-point lead, 18-17, here at Liberty-Benton High School in this district final matchup here in Division 4. We're going to step aside and take a timeout. When we come back, we'll break down that first half and get you set for the start of the third quarter. Once again, we are here at Liberty-Benton High School, the home of the Eagles, the house that Aaron Kraft built, and we are at halftime as the Carey Blue Devils lead the Senecas 18-17. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to high school basketball right here on WTTF. Nate Mullins sitting here courtside with Tommy Hall. You're listening to the halftime show as the Carey Blue Devils lead the Tiffin Calvert Senecas by a score of 18-17 here at halftime. Tommy, that was an exciting first half. Both of these teams laid it all on the floor. We were tied at 12 at the end of the first quarter, and just 11 points there in the second quarter combined between these two teams. I thought it was going to be a defensive game, but I had no idea we were in for this kind of a defensive struggle between these two schools. I mean, I've talked about Tiffin Calvert defensively and the way that they have a tendency to slow things down, especially with their half-court sets. But I did not anticipate them holding a team who just put up 63 points the other night against a very good Old Fort team to just 18 points here at halftime.
Yeah, how do both teams come out of the gate and both teams only have less than 20 points here at the half? That's an incredible matchup we have on display, and it plays into what we talked about in the pregame. Now that you go through those first 16 minutes of action, was it all for naught? How tired are you? What do you have left in the gas tank? What did that first half really take out of you? Because as we talked about, in that second quarter, Carey really implemented bringing guys off the bench, heavy in rotation, some big bodies down low, and Calvert, they just had to chip away, just didn't really have any good open looks. But then towards the end of that second quarter, Calvert on the defensive side really clamped down, forcing Carey to take a timeout there after that defensive strategy wasn't paying off, that Calvert was still getting them open looks and drives to the basket. You bring that original five-man set back out. Yeah, and that's something we're going to have to take a look here in the second half and see if they're able to make that adjustment. Absolutely. Again, if you want to go into the gas tank, if you want to dig in and test your metal and test your grit, it's going to be hard to try to tire out a team that knows what it's like to get to that next level, that knows what it's like to taste that regional appearance. So for the Carey Blue Devils, they're just going to have to look themselves in the mirror and say, hey, we're just going to have to go out there and battle the entire game. That's absolutely right. And we are in for a battle here in the second half, folks. We have got about 3 minutes until the start of the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this
we're going to step aside and take a timeout. You're listening to High School Basketball Tournament Edition on WTTF. Here at halftime, the Carey Blue Devils lead Tiffin Calvert 18-17. We'll be right back after this. Courtside with Tommy Hall. We're listening to the halftime show as both teams are on the court warming up here, getting ready for the start of the third quarter, with Tiffin Calvert trailing the Carey Blue Devils 18-17 here at halftime. Nate Mullins once again with Tommy Hall. Tommy, I'm telling you, that was an exciting first half, and it makes me think that we are in for a treat here as we start this third quarter here in Findlay, Ohio. I mean, these two teams really laid it all on the floor there in the first half. And, I mean, it got pretty testy there for a little while. Back and forth, and it's just a one-point ball game, just a one-possession game. How do you see this second half turning out for the Carey Blue Devils?
For the Carey Blue Devils, well, for both squads, I really feel like this one is going to be decided on who can get that little run. Because when you're playing it, you know, trading shots throughout the last 16 minutes of action here, you know, that's never really going to be the difference maker. It's going to be the team that really digs down, has the best game plan to be able to build on runs, get turnovers, build points off of that, and then you can trade shots. Then you can play the rest of the game playing keep up. But until then, you gotta dial it up, and you gotta figure out a way to build yourself a little lead here.
Carey Blue Devils have the first possession of the third quarter, and we're underway here at Liberty-Benton High School.
And if you're Seneca, that starts by finding a way to get the lead. 18-17 here, Carey on top.
Cade Crawford on the left wing, driving the baseline, kicks it out for Ian Yeater. Left wing three, off the back of the side, side of the backboard, and a rebound grab by Tiffin Calvert. Spawn hands off. Ronski, long three, off the rim, no. Rebound tipped. Spawn tried to save it from going out of bounds, but steps on the sideline, and Carey will get the basketball.
And you notice, Nate, both of these squads in some of these turnover situations when you get it easy, when you're able to push it down the floor fairly easy, you just got to reset your offense and find a way to get those points. You just can't be reckless with these possessions.
Can't have an empty possession here. You at least want to try to get a quality shot at the basket. There they did, and Lonsway on his way to the basket is fouled. I believe they're going to get Garrett Spawn on the foul. That'll be his first. That'll be the first foul here in the second half for Tiffin Calvert. Comes at the 6:59 mark of the third quarter. Derek Lonsway at the free throw line. You see the way he let go of the ball with his left hand and kind of one hand catapulted that thing towards the... Watch his form here, Tommy. Very unique form on the free throw.
That time he has a nice follow through.
Good follow through there by Lonsway as he's able to get that one to go. 19-17 is your score. Carey with a 2-point lead. Seneca's with the basketball. There's Spawn. They work it down low, trying to find Seifert, but it's tipped off of the Blue Devils and out of bounds.
That was one of the things that you want to keep an eye on. Is there going to be a continuation of Calvert just not having any open looks down low as Nolan Beaker works it?
Kick out for Schultz. Mid-range shot, no good. Beaker grabs the rebound. No good on the putback. Lonsway grabs the rebound for the Blue Devils. Crawford.
Once again, they force
Nash, wide open three from the right wing. He knocks it down. Hayden Nash puts the Blue Devils up by 5. 22-17 is your score. 6:15 left to play in the third. Biggest lead of the ball game for either team here.
Carey continues to create uncomfortable shots.
Seifert works his way to the basket, splits the double team, and puts it up off the glass and in.
So you're not going to give me a look, I'll make one.
22-19, Blue Devils lead by 3. Cade Crawford with the basketball at the top of the key, working on Garrett Spawn. Driving, kick out for Nash. Hayden Nash has 6 points here. That shot no good. Rebound tipped, grabbed by the Blue Devils.
What great handles by the Blue Devils.
Hayden Nash with a heads-up play there to save it. 5:28 left to play here in the third. Blue Devils with a 3-point lead. They have the possession.
It's not like Calvert's not getting the pokeaways.
Crawford long three, and he knocks that one down right in the face of the Nick Seifert defense. And the Blue Devils starting to hoist them from distance now, as they're not trying to get closer to the line. They're just saying, hey, if you're going to leave me any space at all, I'm going to try. 25-19. Seneca's trailed by 6. They have the possession.
You got to be careful not to feed into that game by trading shots from three-point land. You'll
Seifert
lose that battle.
on the free throw line, no good. Rebound. And we're going to say foul under the basket as Hayden Nash pushes Nolan Beaker.
Coach Otterbacher still, he has to do something, communicate with these guys that you can't just keep taking these jumpers, these open shots.
They've got to get something closer to the basket.
Absolutely.
Here. Garrett Spawn trying to inbound here, trying to find somebody. Gets it into Beaker. Up off the glass, no. Tipped out of bounds. Wow. I thought that was tipped out by Lonsway, but they're going to say last touch by Tiffin Calvert. Ian Yeater checks out. Landon Kemmerly checks in for the Blue Devils. Down to 4:45 left to play here in the third quarter.
Fort got caught chasing a 9-point lead that led to their exit from the district. Carey right now with a 6-point lead.
Blue Devil basketball. Bryce Conti kicks out for Crawford. Crawford
You knew that was
into
coming.
the paint. Kicks it down low for Kemmerly, and he cuts to the basket and lays it up and in. 8-point lead for the Blue Devils. 27-19. 4:20 to play here in the third quarter. Garrett Spawn pulls it back, resets the offense. Off the Nolan Beaker screen. Spawn drives, kicks out for Seifert. Seifert thought about a three. Drives it, baseline, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound tipped out, and it is grabbed by Garrett Spawn. And they're going to say no backcourt as it was tipped by the Blue Devils. Spawn driving into the paint, up with the shot, no good, but he's fouled under the basket as Kemmerly's going to get called for the foul. And that'll put Garrett Spawn at the free throw line for 2 shots. Pretty hard foul there by Kemmerly as he definitely made sure Spawn was not going to make that shot.
That's what he's brought in.
That's what you got to do.
That's what he's brought in to do.
That's his role. The down low enforcer. Garrett Spawn now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Knocks that one down. Brings the Senecas back to within 7. 3:51 left to play here in the third quarter. 27-20. Carey with the lead. Garrett Spawn at the free throw line. Second free throw goes. Spawn now with 7 points, and the Senecas trail by 6, 27-21. Got to come up with a stop here on this possession. They don't want to get this lead out too far. Nash over to Conti. Now he gets it back. Out to Crawford. Now working on Seifert. Crawford calls for the screen. Now kicks it over to Conti. Now Kemmerly out at the top of the key. Lonsway kicks it out for Nash from 3. That one's no good. Rebound grab by Seifert.
Oh, and the Seneca.
They fall in love with that three-point shot, Tommy. They just set up their offense, and that's all they're looking for.
That's what they want to do. They want to bury it.
That just would have made more sense to try to get that one towards the basket and try to get that 8-point lead. Right on! Seneca's drawing to within 4 now with Nick Seifert knocking down the shot from the elbow. 27-23, Carey with the basketball. They have a 4-point lead. Derek Lonsway driving to the basket, puts the shot up off the glass and puts it in. No foul on the play as Nolan Beaker laying on the floor, but the referee, I don't think he brought his good whistle because he's choosing not to use it. Schultz had it stripped out of bounds, last touch by the Blue Devils.
Checking into the game for Carey, number 12, Anthony Bell.
2:32 left to play here in the third quarter. Seneca's with the possession, trailing by 6.
Anthony Bell comes off the bench for the Blue Devils.
Spawn gets it in. Seifert off the inbound, puts it up, puts it in, but they're going to say no good, or no shot, as he's fouled on the floor before the shot.
Fouls on number 10,
Derek Lonsway called on the foul. That's his his first, and the team's third. Beaker with the pass under the basket, puts it up, no good, blocked from behind, but they're going to get Kemmerly on the foul, and that'll put Nolan Beaker at the line.
Well, you talk about an enforcer row, right there, Calvert, meet their enforcer, their Arn Anderson, if you will. Nolan Beaker goes to the line now.
That's Kemmerly's second foul here in the second half. Beaker unable to get the first one to go. It remains a 29-23 ball game. Carey with a 6-point lead.
Beaker, 4 points here tonight.
And Nolan Beaker, second free throw. No. The rebound grabbed by Carey's Ashton Hill under the basket. Cade Crawford showing the moves off. Gets it over the timeline into the forecourt for the Blue Devils. Left wing for Conti. Now top of the key, Kemmerly. Kemmerly turns around, left wing for Conti. Now out to the top of the key for Ashton Hill. They work it around the perimeter. That's Bell. Now Crawford with it. At the top of the key, we're inside of 2 minutes to play. Carey with a 6-point lead. They have the possession. Cade Crawford driving to the paint, up with the shot, no. Foul on the floor. As they're going to get Jack Schultz on the foul, that'll be his third. And that'll be the second team foul against Tiffin Calvert. Comes at the 151 mark of the third quarter. Cade Crawford looking to inbound. Crawford gets it in, finds Conti under the basket, unable to finish, tries to go back up with it, but he's fouled on his way back up. Oh, that's number 4 on Schultz.
Oh, and they're going to call that a shooting foul too?
He was still on the floor.
I looked like they were, if anything, it looked like kind of a held ball.
That ball don't lie, Tommy.
We'll find out. Minute 46.
Conti remaining. Unable to get that first one to go.
Calvert still chasing that 6-point lead.
Max Paul checking into the game for the first time for Tiffin Calvert. As Jack Schultz takes a seat with those 4 fouls. The second one goes for Conti. It was about half true. Spawn.
That's what I'm known for.
Over to Seifert. Now Seifert with it, driving, pulls up from the free throw line and knocks it down.
Just finds the bottom of the basket.
Nick Seifert with his 10th point of the ball game. Tiffin Calvert now trailing by 5, 30-25. Bryce Conti with it, top of the key. Work it down low for
poked away.
It's poked away. Beaker gets on the floor trying to dig it out. And they turn it over! The Blue Devils turn it over as Yeater was trying to find Hill on the left side, and it went right through Hill's hands and out of bounds. Seneca's with the possession. 1:13 left to play here in the third quarter. 30-25, Carey leading by 5. Garrett Spahn brings the ball into the forecourt for Tiffin Calvert. Hands it off to Paul. Over to Sizlove. Now Sizlove had it poked away. Anthony Bell down the floor, puts it up, puts it in. Finger roll there by Bell, and it was no defensive pressure there as he was pretty much allowed to just go to the lane and lay it up. 7-point lead for Carey. 32-25, Seifert into the paint, up with the shot. No good. Rebound grabbed by Carey. Ashton Hill with the rebound.
How is that a foul? He was already on the floor. He was already on the floor.
Well, Hill backed into him to draw the foul. Pretty smart move there by Ashton Hill as he saw Beaker on the floor and backed into him so he could draw the foul.
Looking like the opening to the Dick Van Dyke show as he just goes over the bench and somehow that draws the foul.
I've seen LeBron flop before, but hey, I guess it happens in high school too.
Carey looking to control this last possession and build this lead.
Ashton Hill had it poked away. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Nick Seifert. Carey with the basketball. 7-point lead. 32-25. Cade Crawford in the backcourt. 15 seconds left here in the third quarter. Crawford brings it into the forecourt now. 10 seconds left. Crawford driving, kicks it over. Right wing for Nash. Now Yeater with it. Had it poked away. Spawn with the steal. 2 seconds. 1. Hoists it from 3. No. And that's the end of the third quarter with the Senecas trailing by 7 now. The Blue Devils stretch that lead out here in the third quarter. And we'll step aside and take a timeout. We'll come back with the exciting conclusion of this district final matchup here at Liberty-Benton High School. You're listening to High School Basketball on WTTF. We start the fourth quarter of action as the Senecas trail by 7. They have the possession. Garrett Spahn drives to the basket, puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound grabbed under the basket by Nolan Beaker. It's tipped away by the Blue Devils. And Carey has it.
They just won't give nothing under the basket.
And they're not calling anything either.
That's what I'm saying. Sure. It's like, it's just
4 fouls for each team. I believe just 10 on the game. That looked like a foul as well on Crawford, but they didn't call that one.
That's good for the Goose.
Down low. Nash shot no good. Rebound grabbed by Tiffin Calvert.
Sauber.
Cross court. Ronsky thought about a 3. Drives to the basket instead. Kicks it under the basket for Beaker. And it's turned over. Beaker was not ready for it. And Carey with the basketball. Leading by 7. Crawford driving into the paint, up with the shot, and puts it in. Biggest lead of the game for the Blue Devils. They stretch it out to 9 now. 34-25. Seifert drives to the basket, lays it up and in. Puts them down by 7 now. 34-27, 6:32 left to play in the ball game. Cade Crawford now with it for the Blue Devils. Timeout, Carey. We'll keep it right here for this full timeout. We'll take this moment to thank our sponsors. Thanks to Century 21 Bolte Real Estate. Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio, First National Bank of Sycamore, Integrated Orthopedics, Kibler Shoes, Northwest Ohio Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Reineke Tiffin Ford, St. Francis Senior Ministries, Tiffin University, and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Carey Blue Devils holding on to a 34-27 lead here over the Tiffin Calvert Senecas at Liberty-Benton High School in this district final matchup. The winner will move on to the regionals. And Tommy, Tiffin Calvert knows all about moving on. They know all about cutting down the nets in the district final. And they've got the experience here in this matchup. But are they able to take care of business here in the closing minutes here so that they can move on to the next round?
I mean, it's 7-point lead. You still don't want to be chasing that drag, and especially against these Blue Devils, as, man, it's just so hard to tell because every point Calvert's been able to get, especially here in the second half, has been so hard-earned.
Yep. These Blue Devils just will not let up on the defensive end of the floor. And they have the possession coming out of the timeout. 6:26 to play here in the ball game. Cade Crawford at the logo. Working on Sauber.
Oh, they're going to get him on the reach in.
That was a ticky-tack foul compared to how they've been calling this game. Wow. So Schultz checks back in with those 4 fouls. 6:13 to play in the ball game. Crawford for the Carey Blue Devils. Rolls off the Ian Yeater screen. Now gives it over to Conti. They work it back to Yeater on the right baseline. Yeater driving into the paint. And it's on the floor. Timeout called. Jamie Murray wants to take another full timeout.
And did you see the way that Beaker was just working on Yeater, trying to get him uncomfortable, trying to get that loose ball? You just need more Calvert Seneca hands on that. But again, that play brought to you by the Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio. See 20/20 today with a customized eye care plan at the Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio, located in Fostoria and Fremont.
We're inside of 6 minutes to play here in the ball game. Carey holding a 34-27 lead over the Tiffin Calvert Senecas. Hayden Nash gets it into Bryce Conti. Hands off to Cade Crawford. Now Lonsway with it. Derek Lonsway kicks it out to Crawford, who has Seifert on him on defense. Nick Seifert. Should have been a push-off there on Crawford, but he gets away with it. Now he's driving to the basket, puts it up, and they're going to call a charge on Crawford. He should have been called in the first place on the push-off, but he doesn't get that basket to go as Crawford's going to get called on the foul on the charge. So Senecas get that turnover they need, and now a chance to trim this deficit. Garrett Spawn at the top of the key, over to Nick Seifert. Seifert drives, and we got a foul on the floor. Off the ball foul on Crawford once again. That'll be his third. Oh no, they're going to say Bryce Conti called on the foul. That'll be his first. The 6th-team foul on Carey, though, has one more foul. Will put Calvert at the line. Ronski had it poked away from behind, but we're going to get a foul on the floor. Crawford with another foul. What? That'll be his third. What? How? I don't understand the difference between the first half of this game. I'd say the first, 27 minutes and the last 5. Ronski gets the first one to go. The Senecas trim it to a 6-point game. 5:19 to play. And Blake Ronski gets another one. Second free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Bryce Conti grabs the rebound, and the Blue Devils have possession, leading by 6.
Just that margin just won't go away.
A foul called on Tiffin Calvert's Nick Seifert.
It might be on.
That'll be his second and the 5th team foul against Tiffin Calvert. 5:09 left to play in the ball game. Cade Crawford takes the inbound pass, works it over the timeline into the forecourt for the Blue Devils. Hayden Nash with it on the left wing. Blue Devils working around the perimeter now. Lonsway with it on the right wing, drives the baseline, kicks it out for Nash. Nash drives to the basket, puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped out to the Blue Devils. Crawford thought about a three, but pulls it back and resets the offense. Now Hayden Nash with it, kick out left wing. Now stolen away, Schultz with the steal, driving and puts it up and in. I'll tell you what, Tommy, that was not a good look for the Blue Devils there as they were just passing it around too much. They've got to find a way to get into their set quicker. Way too much passing on that possession.
And I can't believe the guts on Schultz with 4 fouls after a player challenges the lane like that.
Carey with the basketball. Ian Yeater drives to the paint, up with the shot. They're going to say it's good. Yeater's going to get the basket. And he'll go to the line for a potential 3-point play. So the Blue Devils stretch their lead back out to 6, 36-30.
Yeater powers his way to the basket. I
don't see how that wasn't a travel. It looked like he carried it about 5 steps before he put it up. Oh, in and out and then back in for Yeater.
Circling the drain.
3-point play the old-fashioned way. And the Blue Devils back up by 7. Schultz, Seifert, Spawn, right wing. Garrett Spawn drives to the basket, puts it up, no good. They get fouled at the basket. Ian Yeater's going to get called on the foul. That'll be his 3rd.
Go ahead and challenge the lane. You got some guys in foul trouble now.
Absolutely. Keep driving to the basket. Keep getting these free throw opportunities.
Yep. Because again, they've been getting away with it all night. They're not gonna shy away from doing it.
Spawn gets the first one to go.
This is where you got to prove that you're the experienced team.
37-31. Carey leads by 6. Garrett Spawn with 8 points. He's looking for 9. He's got it. Seneca's trim it to 5. 37-32. 3:53 left to play in the ball game. Cade Crawford brings the ball into the forecourt. Actually, that's Derek Lonsway. Now over to Ian Yeater. Now Bryce Conti. Blue Devils trying to get into their half-court set, and Ronski's going to get called for the reach-in from behind. And that'll put Hayden Nash at the line for a 1-and-1 situation. So both teams have 8 team fouls here at the 3:38 mark of the 4th quarter. And Hayden Nash at the line as the Blue Devils now in the bonus. This is a non-shooting foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1 situation. Nash, first free throw. That one goes. Had a lot of arc on that shot there, Tommy. Very high arcing shot for Hayden Nash as he gets that one to go. Nash now with 7. Give him 8. And the Blue Devils back up by 7, 39-32. 3:35 left to play. Garrett Spawn brings it into the forecourt. Kicks it out left wing for Jackson Sizelove. Now Spawn gets it back, feeds it over to Seifert. Seifert drives into the paint, puts the shot up, no good. Beaker grabs the rebound and puts it back up and in. Nolan Beaker muscles it back up for the Senecas. Full court press now for Tiffin Calvert as they look to apply the pressure. That pass tipped out of bounds, last touch by Tiffin Calvert. (39-34), Carey with the lead. Derek Lonsway looking to inbound. Gets it in, Cade Crawford in the backcourt. Working on Sizelove. Jackson Sizelove, just a bulldog on defense.
Nipping at the ankles. Not going anywhere.
Cade Crawford, that's Lonsway. Now over to Yeater, now out to Conti. Now Nash in the left wing for 3, no. Rebound grab by Conti. It was a long rebound and Conti was just in the right place at the right time. Cross court for Lonsway. Now Yeater in the right wing. Down low for Crawford. It's poked out of bounds. Crawford touched it last before it went out. Oh, wow. They get away with it as it looked clearly to me like Crawford touched the ball before it went out of bounds.
Well, we'll see.
Lonsway with the basketball. 2:30 to play here in the ball game. Carey with a 5-point lead. Derek Lonsway, double team, poked away from behind. No, they're going to say foul on Sizlove. Jackson Sizlove called on the reach in. That'll put Derek Lonsway at the line for a 1-and-1 situation. As Tiffin Calvert now with 9 team fouls, so one more foul will put Carey in a double bonus situation. Ronski checks in for Tiffin Calvert. Sizlove checks out. Starting lineup into the game now for Tiffin Calvert. No good on the
Calvert
free
comes
throw
down with it
from Lonsway. Seneca's with the rebound. Seifert on the other end. Driving into the paint. No good on the shot, but foul on the shot, and 2 shots coming up for Nick Seifert. Derek Lonsway called on the foul. That's his second and the 9th team foul. And this will be a shooting foul. So that'll put Nick Seifert at the line for 2 shots. Seifert off the back of the rim, no on the first shot. It stays a 5-point ball game. 2:14 left to play here in the fourth quarter. A trip to the regionals is on the line here tonight at Liberty-Benton High School. Nick Seifert knocks down the second. He played the hero the other night here at Liberty-Benton. We have some more heroics in the bag for the Senecas. 2:10 left to play here in the ball game. 39-35, Carey with the basketball. Lonsway under the basket for Yeater, and Yeater with a foul, puts it in, and we're going to say foul with the shot. That was a really late foul call there by the referee. And Ian Yeater is going to get another shot from the free throw line. I've seen some late calls, but that one was really late there, Tommy. Yeater unable to get the free throw. So the Senecas with the possession. Seifert over to Spawn. 41-35. Spawn, step back 3. No.
Oh.
Rebound. Grabbed. And it tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Carey.
Yep.
Yeater had the rebound, but was unable to secure it. And it went out of bounds. Senecas with the basketball. Under 2 minutes to play. 1:50 left here in the fourth quarter. Garrett Spawn looking to inbound. Trying to get it in, gets it in. Schultz, right wing 3, no. Rebound tipped, grabbed by Crawford. Carey with the possession. 1:44 left to play. Crawford's going to be fouled on a reach in. And I'm not sure who the foul's going to go on.
Timeout. I thought Carey called timeout.
Nick Seifert called on the foul. That's his third. And that'll put Crawford at the line. I don't know what changed from the first 3 quarters to this last quarter, but all of a sudden the referees remembered they have whistles. Crawford gets 1 of 2 from the line. Carey with a 7-point lead. 1:38 left to play. Seifert pulls up from 3, no.
Another
rebound
3-point shot.
Yeater grabs the rebound for the Blue Devils. Nash down the floor, Crawford wide open. That's Lonsway actually. And he lays it up and in. Schultz, 3-point shot, bang! Jack Schultz knocks down the 3 from the right wing.
But Beaker gets smashed.
And the Senecas trail by 6. Tiffin Calvert wants to call timeout. 1:30 left to play here. We'll keep it right here. Take this time to thank our sponsors. Thanks to Century 21 Bolte Real Estate, the Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio, First National Bank of Sycamore, Integrated Orthopedics, Kibler Shoes, Northwest Ohio Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Reineke Tiffin Ford, St. Francis Senior Ministries, Tiffin University, and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Folks, when we mention those sponsors, please frequent these businesses. Folks, they went through so much over the last year, as we're coming up now on the 1-year anniversary of when they pretty much shut everything down. All high school sports were shut down March 13th of 2020, so we're coming up on that 1-year anniversary. Think about these sponsors and what they've been through, and the fact that they're still able to provide sponsorship so that you can listen to your favorite local teams. Please make sure you remember them while you're out shopping. 1:17 left to play. Carey with the basketball, looking at inbound. Lonsway gets it in. Crawford with it. Gets it back to Lonsway. Now Jackson Sislove with the steal. It's on the floor. Wow. Lonsway got away with a travel. And now they're going to say a reach-in foul on Jack Schultz.
That's his 5th.
And the officials are actually going to talk this one over. We'll see. No, they're actually not going to talk it over. We'll keep it right here. Full timeout by Carey. So we got about 20 seconds left here in this timeout. Tommy, what do the Senecas have to do here? With down by 6, just about a minute left to play in this one.
I think you still go to that full court press, try to get a poke away, drive to the lane as fast as you can, maybe draw that foul, stop the clock as many chances as you can, or draw off a play to get you a good 3-point open look. But I mean, your last 2 attempts has kind of buried your chances here going from 3-point land.
Crawford over to Lonsway, and he's fouled by Sislove.
What are you doing?
Lonsway getting a little chirpy with the student section there of the Senecas as he makes his way to the charity stripe.
He's getting the earful from the official for it.
As he should.
He should just stop
Just
while he's
play your
ahead
game
before he gets dinged.
Lonsway gets that one to go. Carey leading 45-38 now. Lonsway, second free throw, no good. Beaker with the rebound, gets it over to Spawn. Down to a minute left. Wronski, right wing 3 is blocked by Crawford. Beaker gets it over to Spawn. Spawn under the basket, puts it up and in.
They still didn't even call it. They call a foul there.
45 seconds left. And the Carey Blue Devils, with a 5-point lead, send Hayden Nash to the line for 2 shots.
Not the guy you want to send to the line.
Nash knocked the first one down. Puts the Blue Devils up by 6, 46-40. Hayden Nash. Second one, no. Seifert with the rebound for the Senecas. 43 seconds left. Nick Seifert drives to the basket, puts it up off the glass, puts it in. Still cannot get a foul called. We talk about some of the contact that these guys see when they get to the basket, and it's just frustrating when it comes to, guys like Nick Seifert. He's used to getting these calls, but it's just not happening here in the fourth quarter. They're getting these shots close to the basket. They're getting close to the basket, like you said, Tommy. They had to get these foul opportunities and try to get to the line, but Seifert unable to draw that foul.
Well, you talked about the Seneca's inability to be able to push it in transition and get those points off turnovers. I mean, I really believe when we were just shy under 2 minutes, those 2 possessions that Calvert got, those 2 turnovers that they tried to go for from three-point land that didn't fall, that really has been the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Tommy.
I mean, if you drove to the lane, now you're drawing up your last shot.
37 seconds left. Inbound to Nash. Nash is going to be fouled from behind, as the foul's going to go on Nick Seifert, I believe. That'll be his 4th. That'll send Hayden Nash to the line, where he will shoot 2 free throws. Nash was 1 of 2 from the line the last time. Able to get that one to go. Extends the lead out to 5 for the Blue Devils, 47-42. Hayden Nash at the free throw stripe. Second one goes. 6-point lead for the Blue Devils. Spawn takes the inbound into the forecourt. Garrett Spawn driving, kick out. Schultz, right wing 3. No, in and out.
Oh, bounce right out.
Yeater grabs the rebound, goes down the floor, and we're going to get a foul in transition on Jack Schultz.
That'll be it for Schultz.
That'll be the end of the game for Jack Schultz. And Yeater knocks down the first. And he gets them both to go. Yeater with 16 points here today, leading all scorers. And Nick Seifert, 15 points, or 15 seconds left. Beaker grabs the offensive rebound with the putback. And Beaker brings the Senecas back to within 6. Timeout, Tiffin Calvert, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Your score: Carey 50, Tiffin Calvert 44. Looks like the Blue Devils will be moving on to the next round of the regionals. And this Tiffin Calvert Seneca season ends here at Liberty-Benton, here in the district final.
Yeah, I mean, this one really did come down to the wire and who was going to be able to outlast who while they traded shots down the stretch. We talked about speed kills you, well, also so does depth.
Yeah. Conti down the floor.
Oh, big dunk to end this one for the Blue Devils as they will advance to the regional. Last putback by Nick Seifert be the last points.
Carey 52, Calvert 46. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back and break things down and wrap it up. From Liberty-Benton High School, this has been the district final right here on WTTF.
All teams are asked to remain off the court at this time. Thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ohio High School Athletic Association thanks you for attending tonight's district championship game. At this time, let's recognize head coach John Otterbacher and the district runner-up team from Tiffin Calvert High School. Congratulations, Senators. And now, let's recognize head coach Jamie Dunn and the district championship team from Carey High School. Congratulations, Blue Devils. and best of luck as you move forward in the tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attendance at tonight's contest. The student athletes, their schools, and the Ohio High School Athletic Association appreciate your support. We ask that at this time you please exit the facility. Fans are not permitted to congregate with your team inside or outside.
With Tommy Hall, you're listening to the postgame show as the Tiffin Calvert Seneca season comes to an end here at Liberty-Benton. Final score, Carey 52, Tiffin Calvert 46. Take a moment to thank our sponsors here on WTTF for bringing you this tournament edition of high school basketball right here on your Seneca County Sports Connection. Thanks to Century 21 Bolte Real Estate, Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio, First National Bank of Sycamore, Integrated Orthopedics, Kibler Shoes, Northwest Ohio Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Reineke Tiffin Ford, St. Francis Senior Ministries, Tiffin University, and your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, final score, 52-46. Carey moving on to the regional round, and the Seneca season comes to a close here at Liberty-Benton High School. Tommy, I'm not going to spend too much time on the postgame here, as it was a tough loss for these Senecas and a tough way to end their season here. But as we always say, only one team gets to cut off the final net at the end of the season, and the Blue Devils are the one here that get a chance to keep that dream alive.
Oh, absolutely. There ain't no mistake or taking anything away. The Carey Blue Devils, they are the team in this district, as they dispatched the Calvert Senecas, and they dispatched each team they played, I'd say, rather handily, as they really did control the pace through every phase, every quarter of action, and it was that scene was no different here tonight as they returned to Liberty-Benton. They made Calvert slug it out with them for the entire length of the game, and it came down to who was going to be able to last and be able to be more durable towards the end. But what a great production, great effort by the Calvert Senecas, because they traded shots that entire game, and that's the way you like to see it. That's the way you like to go out, with your head held high and putting it all on the floor, because again, if you give it your best effort, you got nothing to regret, as a lot of these guys here tonight for the Calvert Senecas, I mean, they've had a tremendous career, tremendous memories made here on the floor. And, Nick Seifert, 17 points tonight. Nolan Baker, 8. Jack Schultz with 9. I mean, some of these seniors, just a nice swan song, if you will, and a way to go out. I mean, it's not the ending you like. You didn't get to that sectional final, or that sectional like you aimed toward, but, I mean, you made it back to the dance. That's what's important. I mean,
couldn't have said it better myself,
what
Tommy.
What else can you say about it?
Once again, your final score, Carey 52, Tiffin Calvert 46. The Blue Devils moving on to the regional round, and Tiffin Calvert's season comes to a close. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors once again before we wrap things up. Folks, don't forget, we got more tournament basketball here on WTTF. That's right, we're live tomorrow night right here on AM 1600, FM 93.3. We're also streaming online at WTTF.com and on our mobile app for Tiffin Columbian versus Toledo Central Catholic live from Lake High School. Once again, don't want to miss that. Tune in right here on WTTF right around 6:45, so 6:45, 6:50-ish for the pregame show. 7 o'clock tip-off right here on your Seneca County Sports Connection. We'll take a moment to thank our sponsors once again. Thanks to Century 21 Bolte Real Estate, Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio, First National Bank of Sycamore, Integrated Orthopedics, Kibler Shoes, Northwest Ohio Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Reineke Tiffin Ford, St. Francis Senior Ministries, Tiffin University, and your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, your final score, Carey 52, Tiffin Calvert 46. I want to thank our board op back at the WTTF studios, Anna Ocredo, for keeping us on the air, spinning the dials, and pushing the buttons back at the WTTF studios. Thanks to Tommy Hall, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Liberty-Benton High School. You've been listening to high school basketball right here on WTTF, AM 1600, FM 93.3. We've been streaming online at WTTF.com and on our mobile app, a proud partner of the BAS Sports Radio Network. Have a good night, everybody.